This week on Dumb Pitches, my guest is Ricci Armani, and we have two great invention ideas, products, and we talk a lot about shitting your pants and how to maybe deal with that. And I think one of these products is really good. Also, how to stay warm if you're trapped in a first grade classroom. Okay, here we go. Dumb Pitches.
What a bunch of dumb pitches. Oh my goodness.
Welcome to another episode of Dumb Pitches with Monica Nevi. I'm Monica Nevi, your host. This is the show where we talk to successful people about their worst ideas. Very excited. We have a in-studio guest today. Ricci Armani is here.
Hey, everyone. Hi.
Hi.
Successful is like such a fun word for you to describe me because I literally just told you I have no health insurance. So, thanks. That's so nice.
It's a relative term, and everyone on this show is like, ooh, successful. Am I? But you recently started, you're a full-time comic right now, whether that was the
My
plan
choice
or not.
Yeah.
But you've been really doing it. And in fact, I wanted to compliment you on, you've been doing like kind of updates about how it's going. And it's a lot of work. It's a silly thing to say like, oh, to post a social media video every week where you like edit stuff is kind of a lot of work, but also you've continued to do it. Like when you first started, I was like, he's not going to do this.
So same here. I literally, I started doing it. I was like, this will maybe last 6 weeks tops.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing it. It's 13 weeks later.
13, yeah. Okay, so we like to give people, what we call your good ideas, your credits, so they know you haven't only had bad ideas. So full-time comedian, put that on there.
Yeah.
Very funny. You also were the winner of The Voice for Bark Entertainment, which is a big competition, and you have a podcast called Pretty Dumb Podcast.
Pretty Dumb Podcast.
Not related to ours.
Not. It's separate. Yeah.
You've been traveling and touring a lot, and pretty soon you're going to be doing the Rip City Comedy Festival, which is Portland's new festival.
Portland's newest one. Yeah, I'm so
exciting.
excited about that.
Yeah. Have you done festivals before?
I've only ever done the one here, the upper left one.
Yeah.
And I did their first festival, and maybe that's my thing. Maybe I'm just like, I'm only doing festivals that are first. Yeah.
It's not a bad strategy. I mean, that one was pretty, it is when it's in its infancy, it's kind of like, okay, you can see where this will get better. But that one reminded me a lot of early Bridgetown, which was Portland's huge one that they had for a long time. So we'll see, maybe Rip City can do the same thing.
I'm hoping that Rip City is that like new Bridgetown kind of vibe.
I think
right?
they are too. I actually know the guy who's running it, Joe.
Yeah, I met him. Yeah,
pretty well. He's helping me with a lot of stuff now. So
oh, nice.
Yeah, it's interesting. When I was headlining at
Helium
when you were hosting, we met there, and so we talked a lot about the festival and stuff.
Are you gonna be there for that?
No.
Oh, do you want to come? It'll be fun.
I'm booked. He actually asked me if I wanted to jump on it, but I I'm already booked somewhere else.
Okay, that's fine. No worries. I'll send you a postcard from there. It'll Portland. Be great. Yeah.
It'll be great. Okay, so good things come. People are going to check you out anyways. Well, that's not what we're here to talk about.
No.
We are here to talk about some bad ideas. So
yes.
You said you had a couple for us. What did you come up with?
So when you talk to me about this, and when I've listened to this podcast in the past, my mind always goes to, I went to school, elementary school in Tacoma, and one time the power went out because, like, obviously. And my teachers were like, I don't know what to do. Maybe we should make a project on, like, how we can stay warm. And in my head, I was like, you know what would be such a great idea? As a little first grader, I was like, we should make a way to heat a room using our breath. And so I came up with this invention, and I sketched it all out where you blow into a tube and then it like runs through a heater and it blows hot air into the room. And I was like, no power, literally just all heat. It's just your breath. And I thought that that was like the smartest idea for many years.
You still are like, yeah,
I'm still like, this could be a thing. Like, this could be maybe a camping thing now. Like, you're like out in the wilderness and you're like, ooh, it's chilly willy. And then you pull out your like breath heater and you just like a blow and go almost, but for heat,
and
you know?
So do you... Now I'm imagining like one person inside the tent and then another person like blowing into outside. A tube, like heating it that way.
Yeah.
That's like, so in the situation in the school, were you imagining like everybody's blowing into these things? Or was, like,
I was thinking it was like a rotation sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, Cindy, it's your turn. Okay, Devin, it's your turn. And like these kids are just blowing into this machine until they're lightheaded.
So, so once one goes down, then you switch in.
All right, let's bring in the next one.
The next one. Okay. Did you account in any way for bad breath?
Child labor. Oh. Yes.
I'm not. This is a survival situation we were put in here.
Okay.
You know, right? You need to heat the building because you're trapped and
you're
the
cold.
Power's out.
Yeah. So, no, I didn't. Because in my head.
I don't know why that was my first thought. Was like.
Well, okay. So
Probably because I have a 9-year-old and I'm like, he's not very good at brushing his teeth.
So, and fun fact, neither was I at that age
I don't
either.
think anybody is, unfortunately.
No. In fact, I remember, did you do this as a kid? Like, I would literally wet my toothbrush and just stand in the bathroom with the water running because I didn't want to brush my teeth.
It's so funny the extent that we go to not do something. Like, it's the same amount of work. It's like literally just this was the...
Yeah, this is the motion, yeah. But I was just like, no.
Yes, and I used to do stuff like, or like I would brush my teeth without putting toothpaste on it, but still like...
Do the motion.
Yeah. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know.
I remember
would do stuff like
when I was old enough to start using like Listerine and stuff, I thought that was like the same thing as brushing your teeth. Oh, yeah. So I would just do that. Oh, okay. Perfect. Cool.
No, but if I do mouthwash more, like if I've already brushed my teeth, but they feel weird or something, then I'll just do mouthwash or something, or I'll brush without toothpaste.
Yeah.
If it's just like they feel weird.
I also found out, sorry, I know we're getting so off topic. It's
getting very dental.
Yeah. I also found out it's better to not brush your teeth before you perform oral sex. So, fun fact, everyone.
Why is that?
Because if you brush your teeth, your gums are like more open and susceptible to STIs. Which I guess doesn't apply to us because we're both in monogamous relationships.
Yes,
but
that is true. And
for anyone non-mog, just, mouthwash only.
Yeah. A little mouthwash. Well, yeah, because that's the thing. Sometimes you want to make sure if you're making out your breath isn't nasty. Yeah. But then if that, okay. That's interesting.
I did not think about bad breath as a kid because I was not fully aware that was a problem. I was really just like survival mode. I was like, we have to focus on surviving. Like if it smells bad, like that's tough shit for everyone,
Man, That's so funny. I wonder where that comes from, like the immediate panic of like, what if we're trapped here forever? Like that's like what I mean, obviously the teacher was trying to figure out something to do, but maybe she or he had that same thought, was like, what if I was trapped here with these kids for fucking ever? Like that would be horrible.
I think she would probably kill herself. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would. Like,
I don't know how teachers do.
But
anyways,
did you have that fear too as a kid? Because like I was always afraid that like we would be trapped at school for whatever reason, and I think my parents instilled that in me a little bit. I used to
think about it all the time. I don't know why, and like how I would get to my mom because there wasn't even really cell phones when I was in elementary school, and so that always, I don't know. Yeah, I had a lot of like, where would I walk to if I, needed to leave? We had earthquakes in the Northwest. That's common.
Yeah.
And there was a big one when I was in 4th grade. I don't know how old
you were. I was in 3rd grade.
Yeah. And so that really like, I thought about it because we just like stayed in the classroom, but maybe they made us go outside later in the day because they were like, I don't think they should be in the building. But the middle school like never went back into the building after that one, even though it was brand new. So I don't really, anyways. But yeah, so you think about like, where would I go? How would I survive?
Yeah. Well, and did you guys have to do this? I remember when I was in elementary school, we used to have like, they'd be like, okay, bring like an emergency pack to school. And like, as a little kid, I was like, why the fuck do we need this? Like, there's all these snacks in this bag and I can't eat them.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I was like, oh my God, I'm supposed to survive on that.
I would think about it. No, I like knew what it was and would think about like, how would I ration this out? And like, like I was really, okay. The reason I laughed is because very early, like definitely elementary school, there was an episode of Boy Meets World that I remember specifically where they got stuck in a car. It was like Eric and this other girl, I think.
Okay.
And they got stuck in a car like going skiing or something, and it was cold. And so she knew that, which is true, that you're supposed to get naked and put your bodies together because the heat actually, and then like wrap whatever clothes you have around. And so I like knew that forever. So when you said heat, I was like, oh, somebody's getting naked.
Just, all right,
that's
class,
what I thought. It'd be like,
strip down.
Yeah, the teacher's like, what should we do? And I'd be like, first grade, everyone get naked and then huddle together. And she'd be like, what?
No, Monica. We'll get there. I think.
Boy Meets World said that's what you're supposed to do.
I learned a lot.
I also have a big fear of that, and I don't ever drive in the snow really. Of being trapped in a car in like a blizzard.
Every time it snows and I have to like, or if I'm driving through the mountains, I always think about that. I think the last time I was driving through the pass, I was with like Nick or something, another comic here, and I thought like, if we get trapped here, are we gonna kill each other? Like, are we gonna hate each other?
Because I don't think I could kill anybody, like even if it was that situation. Like I think I would just die probably.
I would probably also just die. Like, and I didn't mean I would physically kill him. I would never say that about any of my close friends.
I mean, I think some people are like, I know who I would kill and how I would eat them. You know, like
I think, are you above eating a dead body?
I think so. I mean, it would probably depend why I needed to survive that situation so badly. I suppose if it was like I have to get back to my family or whatever, maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
But it would just make you so fucked up, I think, if you did survive. You're like, remember that time you got trapped in a car and ate your friend? Like, that's...
I guess I didn't think of it like the aftermath.
I always think about that in survival situations. I'm like, well, if everyone else dies, what's the point of me not dying? Like, maybe that's morbid, but
I like a survival story, so I'm like I would eat your friend sight unseen.
Okay, yeah, you're like, yeah, that's what I have to do.
There's enough documentaries where they praise these people for doing that I'm like, I could get attention for this, so this could work.
Yeah, or would you like sacrifice a foot or something?
Oh no, not that. I'm not ready to do that yet. No, don't hurt me. Don't touch me.
Sacrifice your foot. That's
yeah. Sorry, I feel like I got us so off topic.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
Anyways,
so sorry.
Gotta stay. Well, survival, it kind of still is. Yeah, okay. So everybody's blowing into just a tube, and is that it? It's just a tube, or there's something inside of there?
Okay, so the original incarnation of this was like, I drew it out, and my teacher was like, okay, seems to keep everyone occupied as to like how they can like power the school, heat the school, and she got all this like paper and materials and was like, now make it. And in my first grade brain, I don't know where she got this. I swear to God, she just pulled it out of a trash can. She had a Pringles tube, and I like cut like the top off, or I pulled the top off of it, and then I thought like, okay, can we poke holes through the bottom and put it through a little box? But I didn't have the scissor skills or a box to put it in, so I was like, okay, this is it. You just blow into this Pringles tube, and then the hot air circulates in there and comes out hot. And she was like, okay, yeah,
sure. This poor lady.
Whatever.
She's like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do right now. Yeah, you guys blowing the Pringles can. I don't know.
And that was my bright idea. And I was like, I fucking invented something. I remember being so proud of it. And I was like, oh, what's that? Is that going to power the school? No, it's not. I'm keeping us warm. I'm keeping us alive. You're welcome. You're all fucking idiots.
That's yeah. Got it. Do you remember anybody else's ideas?
I wish that I did, but I don't.
Wish some.
I was trying to think of it on my way here.
Yeah.
There probably was just a young Monica there. Yeah.
Well, I was watching Boy Meets World. Okay. I mean,
what do you think? You want to invest in that?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of
a hot breath heater. I think it's a good invention.
Yeah, I think it's probably good for the environment. You know, it doesn't use a bunch of
no electricity, baby.
Yeah.
Maybe no batteries either. Just straight up hot breath. Or maybe what it is, like the more modern day version is like, okay, we're wearing a jacket, right? And it's like, ooh, it sure is chilly outside, and I wish I could be a little bit warmer. You blow into the sleeve of the jacket. You're heating up the inside of your jacket with your breath.
That's pretty good, actually. I like that.
Fucking genius.
Yeah. Because it's like mascots in like Vegas and stuff, when they're outside, there's actually like a water system through the suit,
Oh, is it really?
Fancy ones. There can be, yeah. And then it's like ice water goes through it, so it keeps them cooler on the inside of it. So it could be like that, as like a tube system that you blow into, and it would heat instead of cooling.
So like that could be, and like, hey, we could even do like full blown like top to bottom suits.
Yeah, and just whatever, skiing or whatever.
Yeah,
you
and
get
you're
trapped
on
in the
the
car, then you just blow into it.
You're like, let's get naked. No, let's not.
That's not. I'm gonna
just
blow
into
myself.
the wrist. Yeah. So
okay.
yeah,
I mean, hey, you might be onto something there. That's
I think
good.
this actually might be.
Now you're like, oh,
I'm gonna patent this. No one steal this. Yeah.
Just give us credit. That's all.
Yeah. I'll be like,
I like the idea of you at home just like connecting straws and putting them in your jackets and stuff.
That's the prototype I'm taking to Shark Tank, actually.
Yeah.
Hey, sharks, have you ever been cold?
Have you ever been cold? Let's say you're trapped in a classroom with no power.
I can't.
I mean, can't get much better than that. Okay, you said you had one more.
I do have another one, and this is more of a grown-up idea. Okay. So obviously my talent for coming up with good ideas has developed as I gotten older.
And you seem to really stay committed.
Thank you. Yeah. So when I was a young hoe, like, and I was just out slutting around Seattle, there'd be so many times where I would like go out to a bar or a club, and like I'd be dancing all night and sweaty, and then it'd be about that time where I'm like, okay, I got to pick someone to go home with. And I'd like find someone, and then I'd just be like, oh, damn, I'm just like not feeling fresh down there. And I thought, wouldn't it be so cool if like in major cities,
I was like really trying to take it seriously. And then
wouldn't it be so cool if in major cities where there is like a popular nightlife scene, there was like a little station you could go and like freshen up, so you don't have to go all the way home and then go home with a stranger. So like my idea is like, okay, charge 15 minutes, like you pay per 15 minutes, you can shower, you can wash your mouth, because like you don't want to brush your teeth if you're going to go down on someone.
Right, we've learned that.
You could like, if you're a bottom, maybe you're douching, you're cleaning out your bussy, you know? And then like if you're a dude, like maybe, or anyone really, I guess this isn't just a dude thing, I'm just from my perspective. If you need to like trim down there, like we have razors, clippers, what you need. We have dick height sinks, so that way you can wash just your junk if that's something that you need to do. Like tampons, like you got all the things that you need to get ready for wax strips, you know?
Ooh, that's good. Yeah. So I like that. So it would be a separate, like a little room. Okay.
Like maybe it's at the club. Maybe it's like on the street.
Bathroom. But yeah, the single situation. It's not like, oh, you just.
It's like its own business. Yeah, it's like its own little business. It's just like, hang on one second before you call that Uber. Yeah, I have to go run across the street really quick. Go take off all your clothes. Go shower. Wipe off that makeup or reapply that makeup. I don't know what you're doing, you know?
Yeah, so that's okay. So if we're thinking about it from the female perspective, which this is pretty common actually, that women would be like, it's not a good time to do that, and would keep you from hooking up. Shaving is a big thing. That was a good point.
Yeah.
I've seen friends shave in the sink.
Right?
In a bathroom, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Because there's been so many times where I will like I'll go out with someone and I'm like, I'm actually not prepared physically to have sex right now. So we like, can you wait an hour while I go home and get ready for that? And they're like, no. And I'm just like, oh, fuck, there's so many bottoms in Seattle. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, well, and then you're just, okay, you go to the bathroom real quick and try to, like, clean up as best you can with toilet paper. Like, there's not really a lot of...
There's no good options here.
Yeah, so that, okay, because you could have, there's, like, wipes that are specifically for vaginas. You could have those, and, like, pH stuff. That's always helpful. Do you know what that means?
Did you see my
You're like, is it a hot tub? I'm confused.
I have no idea. You have to keep that shit balanced, bring a scale.
Yeah, you don't want to, get an infection. Anyway.
Yeah.
So a lot of, especially gay bars have, I was going to say
condoms.
Health and safety stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, condoms and different things like that, or lube or whatever. And so that's not, like that. It's kind
covered.
Of in that lane, yeah. But you could, I'm sure you could have that stuff in there too.
Like, I'd like to be like fresh, I want to smell like Axe body spray. Or wait, no, I'm 30. Hang on. I want to smell good. Like, I'm sorry, we were just talking about school, and that's where my mind went.
You're like Axe. That's what it reminds me. That could be helpful.
But don't you think that would be like, this could actually be a successful business? Like, there's so many party neighborhoods, and like, I don't know, when you leave a club, are you not so sweaty because you were like dancing all night, and now I'm supposed to roll around in a stranger's bed with them?
Yeah, I wasn't much of a hoe.
Okay, tight.
But it happens sometimes where you meet somebody, or maybe even on a date or something, when you didn't intend to have it end that way, but then you're like, no, this is something I'm interested in and need to take care of that, like that.
Or even like, this could be like
it's
a daytime thing. Yeah, it's not. Because like, okay, like one time when I was working in retail, I was getting coffee and I accidentally shit myself in public on the street. Yeah. And I know.
Blake, I'm paying attention now.
And what I should have done is I should have gone home. But what I did do is I can't believe I'm telling this story.
This is wonderful.
I went to the mall across the street and I was like, I know, I'll flush my underwear down the toilet. And I clogged the toilet. And then I'm so sorry. And then I was like, okay, I just need to like clean up back there. Because it wasn't like a lot. It was just like a casual amount of shit.
Yeah.
And
just like a midday.
Just like a normal amount that like happens to everybody. Like everyone in this room who's listening to this podcast right now has had this happen to them.
Sure, yeah.
And yeah, and it's like, wow, I wish that there was like a little portable or a bathroom situation that I could have rented out for 15 minutes.
Yeah, at that point you're like, I'll pay you $100. I don't care. Yeah, that happened to me once in college when I was walking to school. I've told this story before, but
okay.
And I don't know, it just happened. Like it was almost like it's just like my stomach hurt, and then all of a sudden I just was like, I don't think I need to go to the bathroom, you know? So as soon as I get into the building, I go to the bathroom. But at the time, this was my senior year, and if I had missed one more of these classes, then I wouldn't have passed it. And so I knew that I had to go to class, so I did the same thing. I just threw away everything that was, I didn't flush it down the toilet, but I just threw away everything that had stuff on it. And you're right, it's not, I think when you shit your pants as an adult, you so badly don't want to that it's like just the little bit that needs to come out so you don't feel terrible anymore. It happens. So it's not like you're like, it's not like going down your leg.
No, it wasn't like going
crazy.
down my leg, but it was like a surprise. Like I was just casually drinking coffee, talking on the phone, living my life. And then it was just like, hey girl. And I was just, oh my God. And it was like, in a very like public, like there were people around me everywhere. Yeah. And I just,
you're like, I wish I had a little space right now that I could go and
do this
and do it properly. Well, okay. So maybe you have extra, like, you know, whatever, like the hospital underwear that are gross or whatever. But, you know, then you could have those in there so that people need underwear if they're not into.
Maybe there's like different tiers of underwear. Lowest tier, Fruit of the Loom.
I suppose you could buy
higher tier, Calvin Klein. And it's like, what do you want to pay for?
Yeah,
you know?
That's great.
How serious is this hookup or your day?
Yes. Ooh, maybe that's a good point, because sometimes when people, again, the unexpected hookup, maybe you're not wearing cute underwear.
No.
You know?
One time I went to a guy's house wearing Halloween boxers. Okay. It was July. What am I doing?
Was it laundry day or something?
No, I just really like the boxers. I love Halloween.
That's great. Did he say anything about it?
No, but I was very embarrassed.
That's
and
good.
yeah.
I mean, when you're having sex, I don't know why I paused. Like,
yeah.
I was like, ooh.
I didn't know this was a Christian
so
podcast.
Much younger than us. No. You can get away with people not seeing your underwear. You just take it off.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But I think this is now expanded really into a lot of different areas. And I think the support can come from so many different groups, because it's not just hoes.
Not just for hoes.
You know, it's not just for hooking up. It can be the IBS community. You know, maybe you have Crohn's, I don't know, and this is catching up to you. You know, allergies. Maybe you ate something with dairy, you didn't know it had dairy. Here we are.
Or maybe even just like people for us, like we travel for shows.
Yes.
We have like 2 hours before the show. It's like, I have just enough time to get freshened up in this like secondary bathroom kind of situation.
If I could do that alone without, I have straightened my hair in like the bathroom of a ferry before. Like it's not, like
it's giving.
It's so awkward too. And you're like performing in a bar, and I just drove from 3 hours away, and I need to do my hair. So people are walking in and out, and I'm like, hey, just straightening my hair. And then I'm going to go get on stage in a second. Like, it's never a good situation.
It's giving, like, did you ever have those girls in high school who, like, in first period were, like, sitting down on the ground with, like, their hair straightener
and their makeup's out and stuff.
And like class is fully going on, and these bitches are just like, I'm still fucking getting ready. Okay.
I didn't ever think about how young some teachers were until you're actually an adult, because like some of my teachers were like 25,
which is cuckoo bananas,
right?
Yeah.
And like now, even at 33, I'm like, I don't know what I would tell a high school student right now, but I had a teacher that every single day, if you had her from first to third period, she looked completely different than the rest of the day because she didn't do her makeup until like lunch. But it turned out she did her master's at where I went to college. And so one day we like ran into each other in the like computer lab or whatever, and she was like, oh my gosh, hey, blah, blah, like gave me a hug and stuff, like, because they're really not that big of an age difference.
It's not that different.
And she smelled like cigarettes, and I was like, and she goes, sorry, I just flew back from Vegas, and like I have to go to this class now. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? But she could have used that, she could have taken a little freshen up.
It's also for teachers.
You went to a Catholic school too. You probably don't want to
hop
hop into class just straight from
like
Vegas.
Cigarettes and shame,
She's great.
But yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I really think this could be used for so many different.
Which idea do you think is better, the jacket or this outside world bathroom scenario?
That's a difficult choice, because I do think the jacket would be easier to make. I'm only saying that because this would be like getting all the different things and like setting it up, especially with water and stuff, could question the quality of it. If it's like a portable type of thing, then those weird showers, that's not quite as good. And then keeping everything stocked would be a part of that as well,
I think. Yeah.
However, let's say the logistics of it don't matter. The idea itself, I'm pretty excited about. We need to figure out what to call it, I guess. Do you have a name for it?
I don't really have a name for it, because it's not. I keep in my head, I'm like secondary bathroom, portable shower, but it's like really, it's neither of those things.
Yeah, well, and
it's stationary. It's in one place,
and its use is definitely.
It's across the board.
Yeah.
Maybe it's called Freshen Up.
Ooh.
Just super simple, straight to the point. It's got a yellow neon sign outside of it, and it has like a cute little, like 1950s man, woman, someone outside, just like, ooh, he'll never know. Oopsie. Yeah. Right.
I left something in the car. There you go.
Oopsie. Yeah. I keep saying oopsie.
Oopsie. Like you shit your pants.
Yeah. Yeah. I did
good.
just now.
Freshen Up is pretty good. Feel free in the comments if you have a name idea. We do love your participation in these.
Yeah. So if comedy doesn't work out, this is the business I'm
pretty
going
good.
to.
Yeah. There's just one, and it's you. Like you made it yourself.
It's actually just me, and it's a shower.
Yeah.
So.
And then you're like, is it too cold in there?
Yeah. That's actually how I heat up the water. Hang on 1 second.
Any second now. That's fucking hilarious. Oh my gosh. Okay. I love it. These were great. Thank you for sharing with us.
You're
and
welcome.
Really, really evoked a lot of memory too. I think that's an important part of
I think we also learned a few valuable tips today.
We did, absolutely. Yeah. And I hope everyone feels better about that time that you shit your pants.
Yeah. Because you weren't alone.
You were not alone. Where can people find you to follow you, and anything you got coming up? This will come out today. So
I am on all platforms at
all streaming services.
Social media.
There you go.
I'm drunk. No, I'm not. Hello. I am at RICCI_Armani on all social media platforms, and then you can listen to my podcast, the Pretty/Dumb Podcast, on all streaming platforms. And then I will be in Bellingham next week, and Vancouver, and I'm going to be in Portland and in Renton. So
Yeah. Right.
I'm doing things. I got places to be, baby.
Awesome.
But yeah, thanks so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Good. I had a great time. Yeah, follow Ricci. Go see him live. He's great. Maybe you can see us together sometimes. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead, like, subscribe, do all those things. Join our YouTube memberships. You get behind the scenes episodes of this show, and I just posted a full 40-minute set. But that's only for members, so you got to pay for that stuff. And then, if you're just listening, please rate and review, subscribe, all those things. That's very helpful. But right now, you can just keep watching Dumb Pitches.
You're weird.
Yes.